I can't stress this enough, y'all. Okay, so, you know, when this crazy stuff happens and stuff like that, again, do not panic. I have a video for y'all next Friday to calm the mind, to help the mind. If you guys need tips now, I advise you to just kind of go within, you know, stick to yourself, stick to your soul. Calm the mind by, you know, listening to some, you know, calming music. Don't be listening to any type of music, because what we consume is who we are, like, you know what I'm saying? So during this time, it can be very hectic or miserable or crazy, but don't try to panic, because that's not going to get you anywhere. What is that going to do for you? Just ask yourself, what is this going to do for me if I'm just crazy out here and projecting and going all crazy and stuff? Like, what is that going to do for you? Nothing, okay? This energy is here to teach you something. It's not here to fear or you to go back or you to do worse. It's here for you to rise up and awaken yourself, like, you know what I'm saying? Hey guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. So today it is Friday, so you know what that means, another video. So today we're going to be talking about, now let's back this up a little bit. Okay, I had to back up the camera just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, anyways, so today we're going to be talking about the full moon in Taurus. Actually, not only the full moon, but also last week we had a partial eclipse in Scorpio, and then this coming week, it's going to be on the 8th, the election day. Crazy. It's a total lunar eclipse on the 8th, and it's going to be in the sign of Taurus. So what I have here in my handy dandy notes are just a few things. Let me make sure it's focused. Okay, just a few things about it, and then I'm going to switch over to what I have intuitively I cannot talk today, intuitively also know about the eclipse. So let's go ahead and get started with what the theme is going to be for the full moon eclipse. So this full moon eclipse is going to be about basically just sudden changes, sudden breakthroughs. It's going to be very drastic because it's going to be conjunct Uranus, and Uranus is like a planet of it rules Aquarius, and Aquarius is very out of the box, very rebel energy. You have a lot of like revelations around that time. You have a lot of breakthroughs. It's very unexpected energy. It just comes out of nowhere. It also deals with technology as well. So our technology might be shit in the next few weeks or in the next couple of days because of the total eclipse. So that's going to be like mainly the theme. It's also going to be kind of close to, the North Node, and the North Node is all about being, we have a North Node and a South Node. If you don't believe in past lives, that's totally okay. The South Node, you can recommend it as it's not a planet, it's more of like a point that's kind of aligned like with like the sun and moon. I don't know the technical things, only know that like just what it is. So with the South Node, we all have a South Node and a North Node. South Node is more about your past. If you believe in past lives, you know, it's about your past lives, what you gained, and why you're here, why you're evolving, because you're shedding off that past things. In the past, and the South Node is actually in Scorpio. So that new moon eclipse that we just had, we were shedding, we were releasing, we were getting rid of anything that did not serve us or didn't align with our energy or our essence, right? And so the South Node has to deal with that. It deals with more of just the past, more of your the like innate gifts that you have, and the North Node deals with ambition. It has to deal with your destiny. It has to deal with also obsessing as well. And so these two, so we just had a new moon in the South Node, close to the South Node. So now we're getting a full moon in the North Node around Taurus. So, you know, what is Taurus? Taurus is a sign that's very stubborn. Taurus is a sign that loves pleasure. It's ruled by Venus, and Venus is actually in Scorpio right now, like near the South Node. So it's very uncomfortable, especially for the ladies out there, because Venus is in the opposite sign. It's sister sign Scorpio instead of Taurus. And Taurus also, they're also about stability as well. Like, it's where our resources are. It's where like finances, foundations, like it's where like the things start, you know, especially in the earthly realm. So with it hitting that North Node and Uranus, whatever you want to call it, it's going to be very destructive. And it's not only going to be destructive in our lives, it's going to be destructive in like the whole collective. And it's election day as well, so it's gonna be interesting. A lot of astrologers have like advised other people to really stay inside during this time. Don't go out, don't do anything crazy, because it will backfire like 10 times more. So do what you gotta do your due diligence or whatever, like, you know what I'm saying? But like, it's gonna be crazy, and it's not only gonna be crazy in the collective, it's also gonna be crazy personal. My intuition was speaking out loud, okay? Like, and I gotta tell you guys some tips and tricks and everything like that during this time, because it's gonna be a really crazy time. An astrologer mentioned, her name is I think Miriam, I want to say. She's really good at what she does. I don't listen to her all the time, but I listen to her when I like just like need like information right here right now, because she is so quick at it. Like, she gets straight to the point, and that's what I love, when people get straight to the point. Even though I don't get straight to the point, I love when people are getting just like straight there, like bam bam bam, here you go, there it is, you know, here's information, you know, run with it, or, you know, throw it out, like, you know what I'm saying? So she taught me that the tarot card for this full moon is going to be the Six of Cups, because and it made sense, because Taurus is ruled by Venus, right? And like the Six of Cups is like more of like a nostalgia, like more of like inner child, you know, giving it's like an adult. I don't have my tarot cards with me, but it's like an adult giving a child something, like, you know what I'm saying? And the Six of Cups can really be very pleasurable, or it can be very like miserable, she was mentioning, and how like it's either going to be either or during this time. It's either going to be so good and have like it'll feel really good and you'll know what's going on, or it's going to be very miserable for you. But that's okay, because that's why I'm so glad it's hitting the North Node, because that North Node is going, I don't know what I'm doing right here, that North Node is going to be like lighting a fire up your ass, because you know exactly what you need to do in the coming weeks. Now, mind you, Mars is in Gemini, right? And it's retrograde now, so our energy levels probably aren't the best, like, you know what I'm saying? It's either all in or all out right now. Like, it's kind of wonky, like, you know, it fluctuates. So however or whenever you see this video, depending on your energy level, it could be like, oh my gosh, like, I'm gonna do this now, I need to do this now. Now, it's not gonna be like fast results or anything, but it's gonna give you clarity to the point where you're like, okay, let me make a practical plan, full moon in Taurus, to do X, Y, and Z, the North Node, your ambition, your destiny, your fate, okay? So with the new moon that we had in Scorpio, we were dealing with the South Node, which is very karmic. So now we are dealing with our fate, we are dealing with our destiny, right now. And so we're going through it, because we do have to go through the storm. You know, we have to go through the darkness to get out back into the light, because we have to see everything before we do something, like, you know what I'm saying? Because if we don't, then we might make dangerous mistakes that that we didn't intend to do. We just didn't know, because we didn't go through the darkness first, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if there wasn't any darkness, there wouldn't be any light. During this time, Jupiter is in Pisces right now, so it couldn't be like very like, ooh, like taboo-ish, but just try to keep your, you know, keep yourself level-headed and grounded, and also know that everything's gonna be okay. Like, everything is meant to be right now. You are exactly where you need to be. I don't know who needs to hear that, but you're exactly where you need to be. And if you feel like you need to level up or better yourself, sit where you are first and just surrender with that, have some silence, you know, retreat back, and then start thinking of the plans, because you don't want to start thinking of the plans when you're crazy or you're miserable or you're going through shit, because then the plans might get skewed because of your desperate energy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So just be careful with that. And also during this time, Mars is going to be squaring Saturn, and Mars, again, it is retrograde, so the energy is not going to be that well. Or it could be well. Who knows? It really depends on your energy. But Mars squares Saturn, and there's going to be a lot of conflict in between authority and just more just younger people. And like, it's going to be really hard to get information, not only from the collective or the government or anything, but more information for yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because of that square, with Mars being in Gemini, the sign of information, the sign that rules Mercury, and Mercury being in the underbelly in Scorpio as well. If you guys know astrology, you guys are probably like, what the fuck, Tiana? Like, what are you talking about? You guys will know. You guys will know what I'm talking about once we hit that full moon and stuff. But basically, Mars squaring Saturn, it's going to be kind of like a revolutionary time, I tell you. And it's going to be for the better. Like, just always remember, this is for the high, like your highest goods. This is for you to, your biggest like heartbreak and failure are your biggest breakthroughs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a time to really understand and observe how you deal with things, and how you can like switch that and transmute that to something better. Like, you know what I'm saying? So this is a really good time, again, to observe. We are in Scorpio season, right? So we have to be sure and be mindful about our Scorpio ways, where our Scorpio placements are, if it's in the first house, second house, 10th house, 5th house, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have to be very mindful of like our patterns, because this is a very prominent time where we can get hurt because we're going with our toxic ways, because we are in Scorpio season. Scorpio can fall back into just the toxic ways as much as they can use their power to exert their will to do something bigger and better than themselves. Okay, so take it how it resonates, leave some information, forget some information if you feel like if it didn't resonate or anything. But that's a little bit about the full moon in Taurus. So it's going to be a very destructive time. Yes, yes, yes. Let's just go ahead and get that. Let's go ahead and accept that. That's what we need right now. We need acceptance. We need to learn how to accept instead of just putting blindfolds on and it's like it's not there. Because I do that. I do that so much. I do that with my finances, and I fucking know that this full moon, it's gonna be around like that. It's gonna be around like my career versus my personal life. I know what it's gonna be like. I know it's gonna be crazy. Like, I know. But now that I know and I accept what's going on, I can take better steps into what I need to do in the long run. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't make the same mistake again. Like, you know what I'm saying? So first, just really sit with yourself, sit back, calm the fuck down, okay? Calm down, and then accept, and then you can act once you're calm, your mind is not taking over you. You are now the master and your mind's the servant, okay? And also, I'll be having a video next Friday about that. I'll be having how you can, there's this book called The Power of Now. It was amazing, and it really helped me become very peaceful within my mind. Of course, practice makes perfect. I am not a perfect person, so I am learning the ways of a peaceful mind and peaceful life through this book. So remember that your mind can either be a superb instrument or it can be a very destructive instrument. Don't make your mind the master. Make you, your essence, the master, and your mind the servant, okay? Because the other way around, you're always going to be in the same loop. You're always going to be in this toxic loop, like, you know what I'm saying? So just remember that. And again, I'm going to remind you, ladies, Venus is in Scorpio right now, okay? Or any, not only ladies, but any people that are more on the divine feminine side rather than the divine masculine. It's going to be pretty hard for women right now, because Venus is in an uncomfortable sign. It's in Scorpio. my ladies, my feminine energy that has Venus in Scorpio, you guys will know what this is like, so this is probably ain't nothing for you. But my people that aren't really used to this energy, it can be very hard and it can be very toxic with relationships, so be careful right now. It's not a time to play. It's not a time to play anything right now, like, you know what I'm saying, because you just never know, especially with Scorpio season. A lot of dark entities can come out because Scorpio rules the underworld. So ladies, be careful out there. Feminine energy, be careful out there. It's not a favorable time for Venus. She feels very restricted. She feels very not lost, but just not like she would in Taurus, where she's a ruler and she's like much pleasure, like, you know what I'm saying, and just loves life. That's just not, it's no cookies and creams right now. Like, we are all getting the heaviness and the intensity of Scorpio, okay? And I'm a Scorpio moon, so I know what that's like. I actually love the energy because I feel like people can relate now to how I feel. But some people aren't used to this energy, and that's okay. Like, you know, and that's why we have different seasons. That's why you need to be very compassionate with people, especially around this time. Like, be very compassionate. Mars is in retrograde. Our energy is deflated. Our energies are, you know, other parts of us are coming out, and we can't control that because of just the constellations. The full moon in Taurus, it's an eclipse. It's eclipse season right now, first off. So energies are amplified. Everything's in Scorpio. So many people don't know what to do with Scorpio energy that it drives them crazy, and they do the most craziest things because they don't know what to do with it. So be compassionate for yourself and for others, and I'm telling you, it will go far. You will go far in life if you just be compassionate to others and just breathe, okay? And consciously breathe too, because that can help see beyond what you're seeing on the surface level, okay? So that's a little bit what astrologers have been telling me, or I've seen, I've watched. And now we're going to be talking about what my intuition has been singing about this full moon. I got my notes down here, so let's get started. So it's gonna be this full moon again. My intuition described it as either very heated, like hot, like, ooh, that shit is hot, or it's gonna be very warm and like, like you're like in your pajamas and you have hot chocolate. I'm sorry, you have hot chocolate and you're just drinking it at home and you're living your peaceful life. It's either gonna be like that, or it's gonna be like just very hot and like hot potato, like you can't handle it, like here, somebody else have it. It's either one or the other. Like, you know, like when I was saying, it's gonna be either very miserable or very pleasurable. Hearts will be opening at this time. A lot of heart chakras will be opening at this time because there is, and once your heart chakra opens, that's like when like everything can kind of just really flow together, because once it goes from your heart, then that's your throat, third eye, then crown. So everything will kind of be coming up and you'll start having like these realizations like, whoa, I haven't, what I've been going through, I haven't seen this solution before. I haven't seen this, you know, side of me before. You know, what I'm going through right now, yes, it's a lot, but it's only up from here. When you go so down and so low to where you have nothing, where else could you go? You can only go up, baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? So when we reach our low points in these breakdowns and these drastic changes, they're not to scare you. They're here to wake you up, okay? It's here to wake up your heart chakra. So hearts will be opening during this time. It's also a really good time to learn self-discipline or look up self-discipline videos. This time is all about stability, foundation, starting a new foundations. There might be a lot of tower moments, a lot of drastic changes again. So this is a really good time to break down. So if your walls are breaking and the foundation is breaking, that's a good thing because you see it and it's starting to happen for you. That's when your new life is about to, you know, come in. And again, it's not an overnight thing. It's not even a month thing. This is things you have to, you know, do step by step. But if you know that this is my breaking point, you can take baby steps to build a whole new life for yourself, you know, birthing something new. That's what's going on right now. We have to burn down the ashes first before we rise up like the phoenix, right? So we have to go through that phase. At this time, at this time. There might be mixed emotions. It might be messy experiences. Due to Mars going retrograde, everyone has their true colors out right now, and that's why I said hold compassion. Hold compassion. Because people are going to see sides of themselves. They're going to see the other twin. You know, Gemini is the sign that rules the twins. They're going to see the twin that they've been really hiding for, you know, in the closet. Because it's just because we can, because our egos can. Our egos are being destructed right now. The egos they're upgrading. Okay, let's just say upgrading. All right, they're being upgraded. So right now a lot of people are going to do a lot of shadow things because one, it's Scorpio season. Two, Mars is in retrograde, so our energy it's harder for our egos to come up and sorry to say, fake things. It's going to be hard for the ego to fight and defend itself because the energy is retrograde, like, you know what I'm saying? So there might be messy experiences and there might be mixed emotions, aka Mars square Saturn as well. You know, even though there's breakdowns right now, the clarity might not be there until about Sagittarius season, when things get really truthful and in your face. And Sagittarius season happens on November 22nd. So from November 8th to the 22nd, there might be some miscommunication or misinterpretations, anything like that, even within yourself. Okay, let's see. Hope you guys can see me okay. Be safe at this time. Make sure you turn off all your burners. Make sure that you don't keep things running. Accidents can happen. Accidents are prone at this time, just because this Uranus and full moon eclipse energy. Just be careful at what you do. Don't just be extra cautious. Like, I just advise you to be extra cautious for the next couple of weeks, okay? Just to be safe, and you know, not sorry later. Okay. So as I was saying, like, the energy is like very intense. It's very in your face. And you know, because we have Scorpio in it too as well, because Venus rules, like, you know, it's the closest influence that we have. And she's in Scorpio, and we just had this new moon eclipse in Scorpio as well, so that can play a part. But not only that, it's just really crazy right now. But again, I explained to you earlier about how, like, it's something for us. So like, this energy is here for you to realize that you are something bigger than yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? No matter what, like, you are always bigger than yourself, and you have to realize that. You have to tell yourself that, because the mind can trick you not to do that, or trick you into thinking that you're smaller, or that you don't deserve things, or you don't do, or this or that. You know what I'm saying? Like, unhappiness, negativity, all that stuff. Why does this happen to me? Like, you know, why do I always get blah blah blah? It's here to teach you something. It's never here to, like, just throw things at you just because. It's always a lesson. It's always something to make yourself stronger, to make yourself better, to make yourself bigger than yourself, to make your purpose bigger than yourself. This is why this energy is here, to wake us the fuck up and just like really understand and be like, okay, like, what do I need to do so I don't make the same mistakes again? I'm so tired of my shit. You know, I'm so tired of this shit. Like, you know, I'm so tired of these same patterns. So it's like, what can I do to make these steps to make something bigger than myself? And that's when that purpose comes in. That's when that North Node comes in. That's when that aha moment comes in, aka Uranus giving you those revelations. That's when it's like, oh, you guys know that you guys know that I don't know if it's a video, maybe it's just a GIF, but he's like, I don't know. If you guys know, like, please let me know, like, comment. It's kind of like that. And it's like, and once you find that purpose, and once you find that meaning, and you're sick and tired of your own shit, and like, just, you know, getting yourself in your own way, then that's when that drive comes in. That's when that fire is lit up your ass. That's when it's like, go time. I mean, not go time, but you know exactly what you need to do, and you feel like you have the strength to and the courage to, and it's not coming from an egotistical place. It's coming from your heart. It's coming from your soul. This fire energy, this intense, it's coming under the underbelly, because we're in Scorpio season. So you know that this is something that's real to you. It's not surface level shit. Yeah, this energy is just here to teach you that we are bigger than ourselves. Beyonce says in this song, my friend, she's a Gemini. We always like sing when she comes over. It's actually my roommate's sister, and she showed me this song called Bigger by Beyonce, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And the one line that I remember all the time is like, step in your essence and know that you're excellent, rise. And this is exactly what this energy is like, pushing you to, like, you know your essence, like you know that you're excellent and you need to rise up, like, you know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. At this time, watch out for pervs, watch out for creeps, watch out for big corporations this time. And I just say that because we're in Scorpio season. Also Venus is in Scorpio as well, so that Venus, that earthly influence, can get a lot of, like what I said earlier, a lot of dark entities. And also empty promises. Watch out for promising things at this time as well. Also, like, keep in mind that everything's not what it seems. Like, especially with Scorpio seasons, there can deal with a lot of secrets, a lot of hidden things. So just be really careful around this time, especially in your environment. I'm not trying to scare y'all. I'm just trying to keep y'all aware, you know what I'm saying? I don't want you guys to be scared or anything like that. There's nothing to be scared of. I just want you to keep in mind, because during this time, this could, you know, these energies are around, and that's whoever's energy that is, that's them. But as long as you keep yourself straight, that's okay, you are safe. But just keep in mind that, you know, everything's not what it seems, and also that, like, that it is Scorpio season, and also this it's also an eclipse season as well. So just keep that in mind. Don't be paranoid or anything. Just be extra cautious is all. Just be cautious. Like, just be aware. Oh, I can't stress this enough, y'all. Okay, so, you know, when this crazy stuff happens and stuff like that, again, do not panic. I have a video for y'all next Friday to calm the mind, to help the mind. If you guys need tips now, I advise you to just kind of go within, you know, stick to yourself, stick to your soul. Calm the mind by, you know, listening to some, you know, calming music. Don't be listening to any type of music, because what we consume is who we are, like, you know what I'm saying? So during this time, it can be very hectic or miserable or crazy, but don't try to panic, because that's not going to get you anywhere. What is that going to do for you? Just ask yourself, what is this going to do for me if I'm just crazy out here and projecting and going all crazy and stuff? Like, what is that going to do for you? Nothing, okay? This energy is here to teach you something. It's not here to fear or you to go back or you to do worse. It's here for you to rise up and awaken yourself, like, you know what I'm saying? So don't panic during this energy at all. It's just here to teach us. Try to make it your friend instead of your enemy at this time. Don't let the fear overtake you. Like, it needs to be taken care of, but you can't take care of it with a crazy mind, or you can't take care of it when your mind's going bonkers, because you're sending those neurotransmitters, or sending those neuropeptides, something that your body is feeling. Then you get anxiety, and then your pain body starts coming up, and just things start, you know, projecting. You don't need that energy, okay? You don't need that energy. If you need clarity or something, I do have my services available. It will be underneath a link tree, because my website is under construction right now. Or you can find it on Instagram. It's probably a little bit easier at Tionnatells. I'll link it right here too. But if you need clarity or something, I'm here for you, okay? I don't want you to panic or have fear or anything like that. There's nothing to be like that for. We are way bigger than that, okay? We have to tell ourselves that, okay? My services are here to help and guide you, okay? And to coach you. I want you to be your best self, and I want you to thrive. I just want you guys to be, like, at peace, and I want you guys to thrive as much as you can. If you guys need help and you guys, like, just need, like a person, like, you know, yo, like, I need clarity on this, I got you. Like, you know what I'm saying? So quick disclaimer. Because we are going through huge shifts right now. A lot of planets are getting ready for the next year. A lot of planets are about to move signs next year. A lot of the big ones like Saturn and Saturn and Pluto, they're getting ready. So they're getting us prepared right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I said, don't be an enemy to these energies. Be a friend, because they're trying to do you a favor for next year. They're trying to save your ass for next year. Like, so at this time, I would advise you to keep like your dreams, your ambitions, like stuff like that. I wouldn't say it out loud. Like, I wouldn't say it on social media right now. I would keep things very private if you can, just because, again, Scorpio season and also eclipse season, you just really never know. You want to manifest those things, and if you kind of project them out into like a big crowd, then things just start getting really wonky, like, you know what I'm saying? So keeping things more private and kind of cooking them up until you see the results, I would just do that. Just wanting to, like, FYI you guys, just because of all these crazy energies and this destructive and disruptive energies, like, you just really never know, and you don't want to put something out and then like it just backfires on you, like, you know what I'm saying? So keep like your things and your things that you're doing, like, just to yourself, or just close friends, close family members that you can trust. A couple of more things. There could be also, like, in the collective and also personal lives again, there could be an energy of the younger versus older, either with people or with laws or with how things are and how, you know, how things shift. There could be like a lot of energies like combative against that as well. Also within our personal lives, there could be a lot of resistance, and I love this energy because it really shows you where your resistance is, and like you can see like, okay, this is what I mean, obviously it's going to be very obvious what I'm resisting, and after you understand that resistance, you can kind of just let that energy go and move through it and do what you need to do to really need to do to let that like resistance go and to surrender. And so it's not really like a burden anymore, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want it to, like, you know, it's been too long, like it's been here for way too long. Maybe that has to do with something that, you know, has to do with a job, a relationship, even within yourself, like, you know, just different patterns. Like, it's just been there way too long, and it's to the point where it's like kind of getting bundled up and you're resisting like what you need to do, and it just keeps hitting like the same loop, like, you know what I'm saying? So resistance is it's like a mind thing, like, you know, resistance is like an unconscious thing. Actually, resistance comes from like unconscious things, and so if we're allowed to see that resistance, that unconscious thing, that unconscious pattern that we've been doing, then we can have awareness and admit that, okay, this is what I do, this is where I'm at. I'm gonna sit with this energy, understand this energy, discover this energy, and then transmute it into something better. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then transmute it and make plans to do better and not make that resistance again. So that's also a thing going on with the full moon as well. But as of everything is okay. Like, I want to let you guys know after all that energy, you're like, what the fuck, Tiana? Like, what, girl? Everything is okay. Okay, everything is for us. It's never against us. This is here for lessons. We've been through this. We will do it again. We are strong. We are powerful. We are light beings, and there is a dark in us that needs a home, that needs acceptance. And so this is what it's showing us right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I say hold a lot of compassion, because we aren't perfect. We aren't perfect at all. Okay, and like, yes, we make millions of mistakes, but we learn from them. And as long as you learn from them and you're willing to get out of what you are resisting or get out of that box, you will be okay. Everyone will be okay. Like, we are here. We are here, and we are going to do the damn thing. Okay, so I want you guys to not panic. I just want you guys to know, so you guys can work with these energies instead of it working against you. And again, some tips that you can do is really go inward, be by yourself right now, and if you need a support system, get that as well. Meditation's really good. Do a lot of calming things, do a lot of pleasurable things, you know what I'm saying, that's within the means, within your means. and stay safe and just be aware of your environment. You know what I'm saying? We will get through this. You are not in this alone. And I want you guys to know that, so you guys aren't like, oh my God, what's happening? No, you don't have to do that, like, at all. No, it's just gonna make it worse. What is that gonna do for you? Ask yourself that when you get into those negative mindsets. What is this doing for me? Building up something, building an unconscious belief that's later gonna be resistance, and it's gonna be showing in my real life because I created that feeling. Like, you know what I'm saying? So be okay, be all right. You are okay, you're all right. You are a beautiful, peaceful being, and you are just discovering your life path, okay? You are going through this for a reason, okay? Like, and again, if you guys need help, my services are available. I will be in the month of November. I will still have content scheduled, but I won't be as active on like social media because I'm gonna be in my inward mode. My guys already told me. They're like, look, this is a time where you're going inside. You are staying inside. You're not gonna be, with me and my roommate, we've already talked. I said, look, this is a time where I'm in complete hermit mode. Like, I'm going through, and I can feel it. Like, I know I'm going through a leap right now. Like, you know, I'm going through a quantum shift right now. And if I have any distractions or anything like that, it can really mess up with the wave. It can really mess up with my path. So right now, I am going inside as well. I'm staying in a safe place, a peaceful place for me, and I'm just very focused on what I need to do. I'm very focused on not only like honoring myself, but honoring my body and honoring my mind, taking my mind down and letting my essence come up. I am allowing the universe to do what it needs to do. You know what I'm saying? And I accept that. Although Scorpio season's coming up, so you know, the emotions are gonna be high. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video. I hope it wasn't too harsh. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next Friday.